What's up guys, John here, and in today's video I'm going to show you 3 awesome licks in the style of Freddie King. The first lick is in the key of E, and you could use this over a blues shuffle, something like, or anytime you have an E7 sound. It uses sixths and sounds like this. And of course we hear this lick in tunes like Hideaway or The Stumble. And it's based really off 2 different kind of shapes here. And we'll be playing on the G string and the E string. So put your second finger on the 13th fret of the G string. And then your first finger on the 12th fret of the E string. This is the interval of a sixth. You could also think of it as part of like an E chord, right? Just these 2 notes here. And then we're going to go to 9 and 9. We'll be playing on those same strings. So 9 on the G string and 9 on the E string. We'll be using our second finger and third finger. So this is the other shape. So the first one's like this, and then the next one's like this. So we're going to start on that first one, then we'll switch fingers when we get to 9 and 9. Then we'll move it down to 7 and 7. Then we'll slide into 4 like this. Then 2, then open. So that's the first part. It starts on the and a 1. They're all 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, with my picking hand, I'm using what's called hybrid picking. So my pick is on the G string, and then my index, or rather my middle finger of my picking hand is just picking the high E string. So I'm not strumming it. I mean, you could, but that's a different sound. It sounds cool. I think Freddie does it like this. See, pinching those. That gets more of the sound that you hear on the recording. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then on the and a 4, you go back up to the first shape and you do it again. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then you go. So that's open, 2, open. Then play the G string open and hammer to 1. And then play the high E. So you kind of end on this shape, just down the octave. So really, you use this shape on the first chord, then all the rest, or on the first sort of dyad or sixth interval, however you want to think about it. Then all the rest, they're lined up where your fingers are on the same frets. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Alright, so that's lick number 1 that you can use in the key of E. Lick number 2 is in the key of D. We're going to go down a whole step, and you could use this over a D blues, you know something? So that's the lick. It's got 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and it's right out of this D sort of, you know, basic root position chord, you know, or the basic blues box that everybody plays, right? That sort of position. So we're gonna, but there's a few twists here. So it's not all just minor pentatonic or blues scale. It's mixing them. And that's what makes it sound so cool. So we've got our first finger. We're gonna play the 10th fret of the high E. Then we'll roll that finger over to the B string and play the same fret, the 10th fret. 1 and then we're going to reach up to 13 and go back to 10. So it's, then you go, and that's going to be 12 on the B string and then 12 on the G string. Then 10 on the B string. So, and then 12 on the G string, and we'll finish off with this classic Freddie King run that sounds like this. what that is walking down a D minor pentatonic scale. You start with the 10th fret of the G string, you give it a little pull, and then you play 12, 10, 12. So that's the D string, 12, 10, and then the A string, 12. So all together. And then nice little shuffle feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So that's lick number 2. Lick number 3 sounds like this. Again, same key. It's just a mean blues lick. Start out on the 13th fret of the E string, and we're gonna bend that up a whole step. And sometimes I'll do that rake, which is where you just drag your pick over the strings, muting it, and then you let that first string ring through. So it just gets a real sort of confident way of making you sound really confident in your playing. So you bend 13, and then you bring it down to the natural note. And then you walk down the scale. So you're gonna go 10 on the E string, 13 on the B string, 10 on the B string, and then you go, and that's gonna be 13, 12, 10, all on the G string. Then give a little pull on that note, and finish on the root note, which is 12 on the D string, over a D7. So you could use this, you know, in a blues, you know. So you're playing the 4 chord, then to 1. Like that over the D7. Of course, you could use it over the 4 chord as well. Works over both. Alright you guys, thanks so much for watching. I really hope this video helps you out and furthers your blues journey, gives you some cool licks to practice. Take your time with these licks. They're tough. Work on one at a time and try and implement them into a song or drop them in a solo that you're working on. Maybe you just want to pull up a blues progression and drop these licks in as part of your practice. For more information, you can click on the link below and get a free PDF of over 100 pages of licks and exercises that I have just for you for watching this video. You can get it for free. It's a book I wrote called Melodic Expressions. You can get it on the iTunes bookstore for $15 or for free in the link below. Make sure you subscribe. We got new videos dropping every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Thanks for your support. We'll see you in the next video.